The sign outside their dining room said, "None but the brave can eat the fare." Let me tell you what they were eating. I'm Abby, I'm a mom of 5, and I don't have it all figured out, but I'm sharing what I learned along the way. I'm gonna share a little bit about Harvey Wiley. Harvey was a chemist and a doctor from Indiana. He was turned down from the residency job at Purdue because he was too jovial and too young. So he did what any smart young man would do, and he went and joined the US government as the chief chemist for the USDA. His job was to test the foods that Americans were eating every single day. And what he found was that the food industry was putting things into our food that was not supposed to be there. He found honey cut with industrial corn syrup. There was borax in the butter, there was formaldehyde in the pork, and the flour was no different. Millers were adding chalk and plaster of Paris to their flour to make it whiter. They were adding sawdust and clay to it to make it heavier. If the flour was slightly yellow or was kind of bad or going rancid, they would just, add a little bit of bleach, and then that would make it look fresher. So Wiley spent 20 years testing food, proving that it had poison in it, trying to get Congress to act. Congress had the food industry backing them financially, and so Congress didn't act. And then also the food industry was able to pay scientists a whole lot of money to prove Wiley wrong every single time. So in 1902, he did something kind of unhinged. He recruited 12 young government clerks to be his test projects, and he made them sign a waiver saying that they would not sue the government if they got hurt from this experiment. But what he did is he fed them for an entire year, and throughout the year, he progressively increased the amount of formaldehyde, borax, and other preservatives in their food to see what would happen. And they were called the Poison Squad. The press went crazy over this. Millions of women across America wrote to the White House saying this is ridiculous and this needs to stop. So then finally, there was a court case. And in 1906, Wiley won the Pure Food and Drug Act, which was America's first food safety law. Then in 1914, he went after Pillsbury, this cute little guy, for poisonous flour because they were still putting all of this terrible things in the flour. This case went all the way to the Supreme Court. And while Wiley technically won that court case, he was pissed by the ruling. The court ruled that the government had to prove that the poison that they were putting in the flour was in quantities big enough to cause physical harm. So Wiley quit and said that the law had been ruined by that ruling. So if you have bleached flour in your pantry right now, go ahead and do me a favor and put it in the trash can. And then next episode, we'll talk about what happened to the grocery store after Wiley lost his case.